Thanks, David. Hi, everybody. It's September 23rd, 2025, and this is Spoken World Online, week number 287. And the Oktoberfest is going on right now in Munich. I'm having an Oktoberfest party here at the top of the hill on Saturday, and you're all invited. And I'm going to start with this piece that I wrote in Paris called Mona Lisa Selfie. A funny thing happened, as in a peculiar thing, between my first visit to the Musée du Louvre earlier this century and most recent just a few days ago in 2016. What happened is that a huge percentage of the visitors now are viewing the masterpieces of art not with their naked eyes, but through their cell phones and tablets. It is not enough to view that most famous of paintings, La Gioconda, Mona Lisa, and let the power of Leonardo da Vinci's work hit you emotionally, which does me, even at first glimpse from a distance outside the gallery as I approach. One must not only take a photograph, because there are never enough copies of the original in the world, but also be in the photograph. So there they are, blocking the view and grinning away. Marcel Duchamp famously put a mustache on a reproduction of the Mona Lisa, but that does not necessarily mean the world needs the selfie of some random guy with a mustache standing in the gallery in front of the painting. Ironically, I have heard some cranks and scholars argue that Mona Lisa herself is a selfie of Leonardo in drag. Venus de Milo is a wonder of the ancient world, but I wonder how one really sees it with one's back turned to it, holding a selfie stick. It's the same thing at many museums in this modern day and age, like across the Seine at the Musée d'Orsay. There's something weird and a bit disturbing watching people take their selfie in front of Vincent van Gogh's self-portrait. But maybe that's just how it seems to me, to an older guy like me. When presented with the opportunity to view great art with one's own eyes and internalize that experience, that's not good enough anymore. A selfie is required, or it didn't happen. And it's all about me. Now, I'm going to do the rest of my time today and read some words of the great bard Robert Hunter, as I have done previously. Today, September 23rd, is the 6th anniversary of his passing. So these are some of his first songs that he wrote with the Grateful Dead. China Cat Sunflower. Look for a while at the China Cat Sunflower. Proud walking jingle in the midnight sun. Copper dome, Bodhi drip a silver kimono, like a crazy quilt star gown through a dream night wind. Crazy cat peeking through a lace bandana, like a one-eyed Cheshire, like a diamond-eyed Jack. A leaf of all colors plays a golden string fiddle to a double E waterfall over my back. Comic book colors on a violin river, crying Leonardo words from out a silk trombone. I rang a silent bell beneath a shower of pearls in the eagle-winged palace of the Queen Shiny. And this is Saint Stephen. Saint Stephen with a rose. In and out of the garden he goes. Country garland in the wind and the rain. Wherever he goes, the people all complain. Stephen prosper in his time. Well, he may, and he may decline. Did it matter? Does it now? Stephen would answer if he only knew how. Wishing well with a golden bell, bucket hanging clear to hell. Hell halfway twixt now and then. Stephen fill it up and lower down again. Lady finger dipped in moonlight, writing what for across the morning sky. Sunlight splatters, dawn with answers. Darkness shrugs and bids the day goodbye. Speeding arrow, sharp and narrow. What a lot of fleeting matters you have spurned. Several seasons with their treasons. Wrap the babe in scarlet colors, call it your own. Did he doubt or did he try? Answers aplenty in the by and by. Talk about your plenty, talk about your ills. One man gathers what another man spills. Saint Stephen will remain. All he's lost he shall regain. Seashore washed by the suds and the foam. Been here so long, he's got to calling it home. Fortune comes a-crawling, Calliope woman, spinning that curious sense of your own. Can you answer? Yes, I can. But what would be the answer to the answer man? High green chilly winds and windy vines in loops around the twined shaft of lavender, they're crawling to the sun. Underfoot the ground is patched with climbing arms of ivy wrapped around the manzanita, stark and shiny in the breeze. Wonder who will water all the children of the garden when the sigh above the barren lack of rain and droop so hungry neath the sky. William Tell has stretched his bow till it won't stretch no further, and it will require a change that hasn't come before. The 11. No more time to tell how. This is the season of what? Now is the time of returning. With our thought jewels polished and gleaming, now is the time past believing. The child has relinquished the rein. Now is the test of the boomerang, tossed in the night of redeeming. Eight-sided whispering hallelujah hag-track, seven-faced marble eyes, transitory dream doll, six proud walkers on jingle bell rainbow, five men riding in fingers of gold, four men tracing the great white sperm whale, three girls wait in a foreign dominion, ride in the whale belly, fade away in moonlight, sink beneath the waters to the coral sands below. Now is the time of returning. And finally, Dark Star. Dark Star crashes, pouring its light into ashes. Reason tatters, the forces tear loose from the axis. Searchlight casting for faults in the clouds of delusion. Shall we go, you and I, while we can, through the transitive nightfall of diamonds? Mere shatters in formless reflections of matter. Glass hand dissolving to ice petal flowers revolving. lady in velvet recedes in the nights of goodbye. Shall we go, you and I, while we can, through the transitive nightfall of diamonds?